What's up, everybody? It's Griffin with Some Adventure. I am back in the shop working on Treehugger. I had just got it running. The factory ECU I was running is a GM Gen 3 P01 computer, and I did an operating system change in that, and originally it was running a 2-bar map sensor, and I've swapped to a 3-bar because the original 2-bar I was running I killed because the voltage issues and the wiring harness was irritating me. So I fixed it, still had some problems. And I know I want to add some more control to this and more sensors, so I'm actually going to be upgrading to Haltech. This is the Rebal LS kit. If I hold it the right side up. So I run a Holley Terminator X in my Jeep Carnage with the Cam 5.3 that came out of Treehugger originally. And I was super happy in how fast that motor picked up, or that ECU picked that motor up, and I didn't really change much in the tune except for cubic inch size because I was running a 6-liter in that originally, now a 5.3. This was running a 5.3, now a 6-liter, staying with the same turbo kit I built originally. So with this Haltech, it was $1,500, super great price. I ordered it from Summit, came in less than a week. And ideally with this, I can add back pressure sensors, boost pressure sensors, dome pressure sensor, and it's got a built-in 4-bar map sensor, so I can go off of that and just tie it into the intake instead of running a GM map sensor that tend to fail or have problems or leak. I can just tap my housing, my intake manifold to put barb fitting in, then I'll just run a vacuum line to the barb on the ECU itself, which is right here, and set it up with the 4-bar. This new Rebel Haltech kit is so much cleaner versus the old Gen 3 spaghetti. This is a reworked harness. I was running a standalone fuse panel, so I got rid of all the factory stuff, and the kit was good from them. The injector harness is already built, or not built, it's already on the motor. I put it on already. It's the EV6 setup, so I don't have to run any adapter plugs, and it tied in really well, and it's already hidden with the fuel rails. The old ECU and fuse box used to be mounting in here. I'm going to clean up all this wiring, so when I put the new Haltech in, it ties in really well. And clean up all this wiring and put loom on it, because these are where my power distribution blocks were for where the old ECU stuff tied in. I'm going to make everything hard mount and cleaner. 4 ladies all painted. I'm going to be changing out these transfer case shifters and go to cable. This is running a 203-205 doubler. And put a transmission cover on this, so if I do break the case, it doesn't throw shrapnel towards me and my co-driver. Currently just running analog gauges in this setup. My tach wasn't set up properly because I didn't realize I needed to run an extra 12 volt with a 1000 ohm resistor in it to cooperate properly and get the tach to work with the GM computer. The center was set up to run the wideband on that left. The center is my transmission, and I was going to add a boost gauge. And now I'm just going to, instead of buying another AEM gauge, I'm going to save the money, and I am going to put a Haltech IC7 dash in this so I can get all the engine parameters. Alright, so I had to swap to a manual lens, so transmission cooler needs to go on because I had the transmission temp got way too hot. I have a pretty big transmission cooler. I'm upgrading the size lines to it. I possibly might put a transmission thermostat in just because of how much fluid is. I want to keep the transmission healthy in operating range, but for right now I'm just going to hook the lines up and run it. All the new wiring laid in super nice, super tight to the intake. So all the wiring laid out pretty nice behind the motor. I have it behind the intake. Some of it's tied down to the injector rails. That's just for the coil wires, the alternator plugged in. But yeah, it's up and running. A few more parts will be here this weekend, and I can start road tuning it. But it's getting close. Coolant system's bled already because I was already running with the old motor. It was just fighting me a little bit. But ECU takes up way less room than the factory one, and without the big fuse panel in the way, which wasn't a big hindrance, but it's just not there anymore. I will be taking out that transmission temp gauge right here, but for right now I don't have it wired to the ECU, but I will take that out because that aluminum plate will also come out, and that's where I'm going to put the Haltech IC7 dash. is the none of the next ones. And then I also want to upgrade the shifters, because when I'm belted in and when my co-driver's belted in, we both can't reach the shifters, so I have to just... Alright guys, thanks for watching. I will try to be more in depth next time. I know I missed some steps on this setup, and I was trying to get into it as much as possible. Fighting lenses, fighting a little bit of camera stuff, but it's more my fault. Just I need to take the time and film some more. So if you enjoyed this video, want to watch more of this LS build stuff, I have another one of these Haltech systems I still need to buy, but I am going to put another one of these in my Cherokee. I'm super happy with this setup so far, and I've only ran it for like 15-20 minutes, and it's so far is way better than the GM computer, and the cleanliness of the wiring harness I am super happy with. So thanks for watching. You guys have a good rest of your day whenever you're watching this, and comment if you want to see some more of this build, which build. I have Carnage as well. That one's got a Holley Terminator X in it, but still has powertrain, but it is a manual transmission. So thanks you guys for watching. Have a good night.